Okay, so in the top trending hot new Netflix series First Kill, we get to learn about a special group of people with the sole purpose of training hunters, monster hunters. And those trainers are behind these very impressive moves we're about to show you. Take a look.
Nice. Nice form, Apollo. Keep your distance. Legacy blood touches your skin, you're done. Paralyzed instantly. Good.
That's some flash right there, Apollo.
You're telegraphing, Theo.
Telegraphing, Theo?
Well, also working with this family of monster hunters is our very special next guest, a man of many talents. He's an actor, writer, producer, teacher. Listen, he does it all and he does it the best. Please give a huge, huge welcome to Mr. Joseph Reitman! Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Better now that you're here. By the way, I'm OG as an original gangster, and I've always been obsessed with your hair. You have the best hair of all time. Like, I can't even.
Thank you.
I have to tell you.
Thank you.
I like, best hair. People who know you probably already know that. But congrats on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Like, are you, like, I'm not even surprised, because when I heard of, like, the whole premise of it, I wasn't, and then I watched it, I was like, oh my goodness. So explain to us what First Kill is about, because I hear it's a take, and I understand it now that I've seen it, a take on Romeo and Juliet with two different families.
Correct, yeah.
Natural enemies, but kind of being brought together.
Yeah, it's about a family of monster hunters and a family of vampires that, and that's really what it's about. But then there's these two girls who are teenagers who go to school together, and they also fall in love. Two of those girls are the basically Romeo and Juliet story of First Kill. And, you know, both Sarah Catherine and Imani are really, really great actresses. They do an amazing job of playing together. And it's so weird, because there's always, new vampire shows that come out every few years. And it's so nice to see a different take that kind of is all-inclusive and has really a lot of layers to it, I think.
Speaking of a lot of layers, you, sir, have a ton of them, layers of talent. Seriously, like we were talking, you weren't even here earlier enough to hear when I was talking about you, and I was telling Craig, one of our anchors, I said, he was saying that we're underachievers because we had the guest from the Obi-Wan series. I was like, wait till you meet Joseph Reitman. I said, then you're gonna feel, no. I am just saying, you're layers upon layers upon layers. And it's one of those layers, your job as an acting coach, that got you to, well, you met the showrunner before, but you invited her to your class, and that's where your role as Clayton Cook came about.
Well, I mean, you know, she obviously wrote the show, and that role was already existing. But she did. She worked. She actually came to my class and worked with some of my students. We worked on the script a little bit and kind of like workshopped it. And Felicia and I had become friends. When the role came up, she kind of said, you know, I think you should read for it. And I said, of course, I'd be thrilled to. I think Felicia's an amazing showrunner. She is so talented and has a really amazing vision on every project she works on. Because I had also worked with her on The Punisher, which is originally where I met her. And honestly, Felicia's just a real gift to the world.
Well,
really,
that's what I say about you. I say, listen, Joseph Reitman is a real gift to the world. I say that all the time. I'm not even joking.
All the time?
All the time.
That's very sweet.
All the time.
Every day.
And look,
you're at Starbucks and you go up to the counter and you're like, I just want everyone to know Joseph Reitman is a gift to the world.
I am a town crier. That is what I go around New York City saying. I'm telling you. That's what I say that word for word. I'm not, you think it's a joke, but I'm not even joking. And then you know how you said, Felicia said to you, how she said to you, you need to read for this role? Words that have never been said to me ever, and for good reason.
Yeah.
And that's why you hear those words and not me. So talk to us about Clayton.
Sure. I mean, Clayton's, he's an aging vampire hunter who, monster hunter who is towards the end of his career, I believe, and he's basically assigned to come talk to the kids in the family, the two boys, about an incident they had. It kind of like gets entangled in the story. I don't want to give away too much.
Don't.
But you know, no, I won't. But it's Clayton's definitely a guy who kind of is a disgruntled monster hunter who hasn't found peace in himself yet, for sure. And as usual, my characters tend to have a lot of attitude. So I think he's a guy who he's definitely a guy who isn't really thrilled with the world right now.
See, I know, but I know Netflix didn't want us to give anything away. That's why they were like, oh, we're just going to give you a clip of the fighting and not show too much of you, because then, spoilers. And we know we don't want anyone protesting.
No,
that
no
we messed
spoilers.
it up for
I don't
them.
want anyone getting mad at me. I don't want the internet mad. I don't want Netflix mad. I don't want anyone mad.
And no one could even be mad at you, even if they tried, is all I'm saying. Because, okay, so let me go back to how I was telling them how cool you are, right? All right, so tell me true or false. You were a ball boy for the Boston Celtics?
That is totally true. That is really, yes, I was.
You know what?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going because it gets even better. You were a break dancer?
I was a professional break dancer. Look at I don't even know how you know that.
How
That's
do I
amazing.
know this?
Yeah.
I'm a professional stalker, mister. That is how I know.
Good point.
If I'm
Yes,
going to
I
go to
used be a break
Starbucks and
dancer.
tell them that you're a gift to the world, how will I not know these things? Okay, wait.
And I
also,
got my SAG card as an actor dancing on a TV show. That's actually how I got my SAG card.
and
That's true.
then people also know you from Married with Children?
Yes, I played Kelly Bundy's boyfriend on that show. That was my first real job on television.
Because you go way back to that. And then, anyway, I'm going to need you later on to teach me how to work on my poker face because you're also good at that. But there's also something else I need from you. Tell me what, as an acting teacher, be honest.
Okay.
To be or not to be, that is the question. No?
That was excellent. Your iambic pentameter was fantastic.
Are you serious? Okay, so now you're using your acting skills.
I'm going to go around town. I'm going to go around town, and I'm going to tell everyone how wonderful you are. Because if we're going to do that together, we'll do it together. Let's go around and just like.
Did you see my break dance?
everybody,
Did you see
no,
me just?
You're wonderful.
Did you see me sneak in my break dance skills? Do you still break?
Yeah.
Do you still break?
I can still pop and lock, but I don't hit the ground anymore. I'm too old for that. That's a lot of pain hitting the ground. Those days are over.
Listen, when I pop, I lock. That's why I don't pop and lock. Like my joints
enough.
literally lock.
Me too. That's the thing. It's definitely done a little bit of damage. I wish I could still move like that, but those days are beyond. They're just in the past.
Oh well. I know how to keep up with you because I'm a good stalker. Say hi to your dogs for me because you have rescue dogs, right?
I do. Rocky and Adrian. They're like the greatest dogs in the world. Yeah, they're fantastic. I've had them since they were 8 weeks old. They are just happy-go-lucky animals. I just don't think there's two happier dogs than those guys.
Well, listen, I can't even imagine where the names Rocky and Adrian came from.
Yes, you can.
Is it where it is? Is it what I think?
Yes,
Rocky,
it is.
Go, yo, Adrian! I knew it. So you're not a Rocky fan at all.
One of the greatest moments. Honestly, Stallone was the inspiration for me becoming an actor, writer, director. He wrote Rocky, and he held out for it to be his film, and it's that kind of person who I aspire to hopefully have my own project that kind of like launches my career the way his did. I still have time. It's still gonna happen.
You have all the time in the world, and we're gonna give you all the time you want to enjoy your immense talent. We're gonna go now and feel bad about ourselves because all the stuff you listed, not even one thing I can do, but I'm gonna work on my popping and locking. Thank you, Joseph Reitman. But I do a good robot, though. I didn't tell you that part. I do a good robot. Seriously. All right, everyone, you can check out my new bestie and my acting and breakdancing coach, Mr. Joseph Reitman, on First Skill. It is streaming now on Netflix. You're going to love it. We love you, sir. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime.